Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is Lindsay, and this is Life with Lindsay. Today we have a post review for you, but if you're new here, hi, welcome. My name is Lindsay. I do mainly diamond painting and some other crafting related content from time to time, and I would love if you would like, subscribe, hit the bell, hop board the Hot Mess Express. Let's all be friends. If you've been here before, hi, welcome. Thanks for coming back. So a post review is when I share all of my thoughts, the good, bad, the ugly, on a canvas that I have recently completed. One thing that I pride myself on is that I am always honest and transparent about things. It doesn't benefit me in any way, shape, or form to lie to you guys. So if I see something that is problematic or I see something that I absolutely love, I will share that with you guys. Whether I'm an affiliate for a company or not, I am not affiliated. This is a Dreamer Designs. But also keep in mind, things that are important to me might not be important to you and vice versa. So, let's get into this. This is Fortune Teller. This is a Simona Candini. It is a Dreamer Designs kit. If you would like to see the unboxing for this, I will leave that up in the eye. This image was one of my unicorns. I desperately wanted this to be made into a diamond painting, and I was so excited when I saw it. That being said, despite the fact that I absolutely love this, and this is one of my favorite images of all time, I just want to start off by saying, if you have been around for a while, you have seen my less than stellar post reviews on Dreamer Designs kits, on many of their kits. I'm going to say this in the most direct, kindest way that I can. Dreamer Designs does an amazing job when it comes to landscapes. When it comes to people, I think that's where they fall short. And they started by doing the Curtis Reykjavik girls and adding them. And I think because of the way that they are, like the color on them and things like that, it wasn't quite as glaringly obvious, the struggles that they have, particularly with, in my opinion, faces and hands. That being said, there are a lot of things on this render-wise that I wish that would have been done better. This is a 60 by 60 canvas. It is round drills, so they are acrylic drills, not resin drills. It has 66 colors, including 4 ABs. There were no crystals charted in this. I did, however, add in crystals, metallics, and ABs. I replaced colors and glitter drills, and I used 7 additional drills. I'll go over all of that with you guys here. I completed this in 29 hours and 1 minute over the span of 9 days. So relatively quick in terms of working up. There was a lot of color blocking. And I have to say, looking at it through the viewfinder, she looks spectacular compared to in person. I'm going to go right to the thing that bothered me the most. Okay. Her hands. Now, I said this when I did the unboxing. There's not a lot of definition between the palm of her hand from underneath, coming with the glow from the crystal ball, and the fingers. I think the color choices were poor choices in terms of what Dreamer Designs decided to use. Could I have changed that? Sure, absolutely. But I don't know how I would have made the hands and the arms better. Like, this is the underside of her arm, and then this in here is the palm, and then her fingers over it. I don't particularly love the way the shading was done. Also, they used the same color as the spots here on the fingernails as the skin, so it kind of blended in instead of standing apart as like that's something reflecting. This one here, you can also see that it just doesn't seem like it was charted clearly. There are lots of other details in here that I thought were beautiful. I thought the clothing came out really nicely. I do like the crystal ball. I do wish that they had done a little bit more in terms of the special drills. There are some yellow ABs here that were charted, and I believe there's some like white ones in here. Is that right? Like cream ones. It would have been nice if maybe they had like a glow-in-the-dark drill or something, like especially right in this section. In terms of the special drills, this came with a yellow, a light green, a red, and a white. But oddly enough, they did not put a white AB in her eyes. I added some additional drills, as I mentioned, including some metallics and some ABs here in the bracelets. One of the other things that I really went all out with is, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to tell, I'm getting up really close. So I added all of these glitter drills here. So it was just charted as a regular, I think it was 720, and I replaced it with the green glitter. Let's see. I think I may have just dropped a color on the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So here's this is a DaddaMonster.com drill, and you can see it has the gold glitter on top. I swapped that out here in her outfit. I used, let me see, let me grab my notes here so I can show you guys. So I did 444 AB, 3078 AB, and 440 metallic. 740 metallic, I'm sorry. In the bracelet down here, as I mentioned. And then I did some over here. And then in the shirt and in her headscarf, I used the green glitz drill. I did a bunch in the eyes. Let me get... And then I also added some of that same metallic here in the threads of her scarf. So in the eyes here, they were charted with no special drills. So I used a 210 AB. I used a 159 crystal. And I used a 3860 crystal. Again, this one is from DiamondPaintingDrills.com. I did not purchase any of these for the kit. I went in my stash and had them. I'm not sure where a lot of these random crystals came from. The metallics, I believe, were a Diamond Artisan kit. One of those ABs was a Diamond Art Club. I only know that because I had to look up what the DMC was. So let me just move these out of the way so I can keep talking to you guys. I was a little surprised that they didn't add more into the eyes, but and I'll do some close-ups here so you guys can see. But I love the way, like, the fabric, the curtains behind her are done. I love the way her headscarf came out. It really is beautiful. The nice cracks, like, in her skin and her face. I will say, some things get a little murky. I know you guys are getting a lot of bounce back from the light right here, but here is her hair, and there's very little definition between, like, the hair and the stuff going on in the background. So it was kind of hard to tell that it was hair until I stepped away and saw, like, oh, it actually does come down here. This image is so stunning, and I just wish that Dreamer Designs would kind of, like, get their crap together and do a little bit better of a job when it comes to people. Like I said, I think they do a really great job of landscapes. And not only do they have the Curtis girls, they also have Simona Candini, they have some Hannah Lynn's, and then they have a bunch of their AI cartoony girls, people as well. And I just, like, in the camera, the shading on here looks, like, a lot better than it does in person. It is just so dark. I know this is a darker image. Like, I'll put up the original right here so you guys can see. But the color choices that they used really just make me question. And then her eyebrows, they just are kind of like alternating black and brown. I will say, one thing I do like about Dreamer Designs is that they have the extended edges here, so it gives it a more cohesive look. But I will say that on all of them, the glue extended, so I was constantly getting stuck to it, or I was having drills sticking to it. I didn't super love that. I want to say one thing I've noticed. I perpetually, say I worry about running out of drills. And it has happened to me before. It's not a very common thing. And if you're purchasing from a company like Dreamer Designs, they will replace it if you are missing drills. That being said, keep in mind, I replaced 7 colors. And some of the colors that I replaced, I still worried I was going to lose. Like, there's not that much. This is a color that I replaced, and that's all I have left. I have so many colors where, like, I have just a handful of drills left. This is all the 310 I have left. It might seem like a lot, but I had multiple containers full, and I used every one of my extra ones. But I had so many colors where there were just a few left. Trying to see if, like, you could see, I mean, of course I have enough to get through, but it's a little daunting when you are like, oh, am I going to have to be more particular about my drills? And then I realized, oh, right, there wasn't a lot of trash. I know there are some people out there, if they are running out of drills, they will go back and pick out of their trash. That's too much color matching for me. I will show you guys. Here is the trash. There's really not that much. Most of the trash that you see in here are these like teeny tiny, almost look like poppy seeds, and then some misshapen like blobs. That is it. In terms of the drill quality, I don't have a huge issue with acrylic drills. I find them to be softer. Oh God, did I just spill that on my desk? I hope not. Yes, I did. So they are, if you can make dents in them with your pens. I had somebody, I don't think I ever replied to the comments. If you guys have been around and you're like, are you replying to old videos? Yeah, I am so sorry. Life got in the way, and then it just becomes really overwhelming, and I am almost like 9 months behind on some videos. So if I haven't answered your comment, I'm not ignoring you. But anyway, one of the other things somebody said, I don't really know the difference. If visually it doesn't make a difference to you and you don't mind working with them, then that's all that matters to you. If you are somebody who wants to get your canvases like heat treated, they do that at Hobby Lobby, some Michaels, they do, they can melt. Just FYI. So in terms of the drills, I wish there were, you can see, hopefully you can see, there's a decent amount of colors. And then I've got my special drills here down at the bottom. They were fine. They were really nothing spectacular. I think in terms of Dreamer Designs and the way they render, these weren't as random as some other ones were, which I do appreciate. This particular color, this was 304. You can see the note right on it. I wrote Dusty. I had multiple bags of this. Like the first, I think 2 bags of this, I had to change my wax. It was really hard to work with. I could have washed it, but I am one of those people, and I'm sure many of you are like that too, where when you get a diamond painting, you just want to open it and work on it. You don't want to have to take all these extra steps to make it workable. That's why so many of us prefer to have like sticker sheets, because it's more time consuming to make our own stickers. Do we do it if we have to? Yeah, of course. There were a couple symbols, like they had these 2, which like, okay, I get it. Not my favorite, but can we just put out like a PSA for all diamond painting companies? If you're going to do drills that have a symbol as the number, can the number match? Like this is number 33 and it's symbol 2, or this one here, because I'm looking on the wrong place on my canvas. And I will say, if you see a couple of these that have like dots on them, like this one, for example, this is one that I replaced. Okay. You can still see there's not that much in there. I got that little tip from Laura, Diamond Paintings by Laura. If you haven't checked her out, go check her out. But the few colors that I did replace, I would put the symbol next to it, the dot next to it, so I knew that that meant I had a special drill that I was replacing it with. Some of them I replaced it fully, some of it I just incorporated it. But in terms of, like, is this one of my favorite diamond paintings I've ever done? No. Is it terrible quality? No. There was much less saturation than normal, which is fantastic. So we're seeing improvements there. The symbol quality was great on this compared to other Dreamer designs. It's still more saturated than I would prefer. And if you don't know what I mean by that, the actual like printed canvas is so vibrant that sometimes it makes it really difficult to work with and difficult to see. So I will say vast improvements when it came to the canvas itself in terms of symbols and symbol clarity, and then the saturation, the color used. I think that they did a better job with the ABs than they typically do. Sometimes I find Dreamer Designs like just randomly puts them in. My biggest complaint is the way that this was rendered, which it didn't take away the enjoyment of me working on it. It just leaves me with a little bit of sadness because I love this image so much, and I wanted it to translate so well. But the second I saw that it was released by Dreamer Designs, I was already taken down a notch. I do think that there are other companies that could have done a much better job. So, you know, you win some, you lose some. Am I happy that I did this canvas? Absolutely. Would I do this canvas again if it was released by another company? Probably not. I am not really somebody who wants to do the same canvas twice. But in general, I love this image so much. If you ever saw the original, her name was Cassandra. If you guys didn't watch the unboxing, I wanted to buy this, the original of this. I wanted to use my adult money and buy this. I love this image so much. And she's so beautiful. I just wish that Dreamer Designs would do a better job of rendering people canvases. But I think that might be all I have for you guys. I don't want to get on here and just get sad or complain. But I love her. She's gorgeous. I'm happy I completed her. She worked up really quickly, especially for a 60 by 60. So if you are interested in this and, you know, go ahead and get it. Just go into it knowing realistically, like, the hands are going to look super wonky and the face is going to be rendered really dark. Yeah. So, the drills were fine. Very little trash, so I do appreciate that. And I am seeing some improvements. I just hope that the next wave of improvements with Dreamer Designs happens to be in terms of rendering. But I'm going to get out of here. If you guys enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more videos like this or nothing like this at all, please make sure to give this video 2 thumbs up. 1 real life, 1 virtual. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Come join the Sparkle Squad. While you're there, hit that notification bell. I do not operate on any sort of schedule. I operate on toddler standard time, and I record when my tiny human is sleeping or sleeping. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys!